Welcome! In this video we're going to do a solo playthrough of Nemesis Retaliation published by Awaken Realms. So down at the table I have most of the game set up. I'm not going to do a full how to play here, but I will go over what we're looking at here on the board and what we have off to the side. Basically this is a 1 to 5 player survival horror game that can be played fully co-op or somewhat co-op. Of course, I'm just playing solo, so hopefully I can cooperate with myself. Our winning and losing condition, basically we need to escape the facility or hibernate, fulfill our objective, and survive any infection. So sounds easy. We'll lose the game if we die, basically, or if we go through and haven't met our objective. The end game, it's going to end after 14 rounds. We have a track over on this side, or after all characters have died or escaped / hibernated. So basically for a game board, we've got the left and top set up there, and our ship will be exploring, basically makes up the rest. It's going to be in 3 sections, section A, B, and C, kind of shown here. So we've got A, B, and C there, and some tiles that will go in those areas. So we cannot go outside of these areas. And of course we're setting up the board. We've just taken all the question marks, A, B's, and C's, and put them in each of their stacks. And the corridors I've shuffled and put in here. As for the top right of the board, this area is basically for our queen. We've got our 5 eggs that will be somewhere in this area for the nest. We have the queen's hits. So as we do hits, we'll mark that out. When we get to this section, we're going to flip over a card and resolve it. So they're going to discard additional cards and let us know what to do with the queen. Basically, to kill the queen, we have to go through all of these cards. And then each section of the ship has life support to provide us good oxygen. They are going to start turned off, unfortunately. So C, B, and then of course A right here. Then the top center, we have the undiscovered hibernatorium. So this is where the robot stays until we can find it. So it's in this room and cannot be activated. We never place noise on corridors to the hibernatorium. When any room is connected to it, we will reveal the robot. Robot can now be activated and discard this token. So we're going to have to connect to one of these 4 corridors. And as you can see on the corridors, they have numbers. So when we roll the noise die, that is going to put noise in those corridors. In addition to the robot, this lets us know if we can't sleep there or if we can sleep there. So somehow we're going to have to get that fixed if we plan on taking a nap. Then we have the anti-aircraft tokens. So basically on the other side of this, lets us know if it's active. It's going to shoot our recovery ship out of the air, or inactive, it'll let it land. So we will just try to mix those up the best we can. Hard to shuffle just 2 tiles, but that is where that will sit. Then over in the upper left, letting us know that direction is north, which means east is that way, south is towards me, and west is that direction. This is where the robot is going to be decided. So basically we've got different types of robots that can be showing up. We're not going to know which, so we'll give this a shuffle, and that will choose which robot will go. So this will be the robot. We will find out once we find this room. These just go off to the side. And the robot is stacked with oxygen and some ammo that we can borrow. And over here we have a marker for countdown in case that our ship is going to explode, and then to track our rounds over here, starting on round 1. And of course, if it leaves 14, we have lost the game. And we start over in the landing zone, which has gain any number of tactical gear tokens from the connected slots. So we have 4 of each type. We have ammo, we have grenades, we have health, so that'll heal us by 2, and oxygen, which ups our oxygen tank by 3. And we'll see that shortly when we go over our character creation. And then the bottom, this is mainly for when you're playing multiplayer, not fully co-op. Your mission tasks to go here, and you'll have 2 objectives, and depending on when you reveal which one you're going to keep and discard the other, let you know how many more action cards you'll draw, but we won't need that for our game. Then we need to set up our intruders. So basically for whatever enemy you're going to get their event cards. So we've got the Prying Blood, which is from the core box. Shuffle the event. Got their attack deck. Give that a shuffle. And exploration cards. And of course for everyone, we've got a stack of contaminations, which are also action cards. We'll give those a shuffle. Then we need to set up the Nemesis bag. And in the rules, that's basically, we've taken our intruder tokens. Basically, I take coin capsules. These are 25 millimeter. They're kind of tight, so if you want them loose in here, you can go a little bit bigger. They fit pretty snug in this. We need to take our tokens. They're kind of shuffled up. Then to put in our bag, we're going to need 1 blank token, 2 larvae, 3 random adults, and then 1 random adult for each character taking part of the game, which is me. So we'll need 4 adult tokens. And that will get our bag set up. So we'll go ahead and put those in here. And then I'm keeping the help sheet off to the side, so when the queen is alive, when we're going through the bag, this is going to help us. And then if the queen is dead, flip it over and use the other side. And we've got our doors, remaining tokens, serious wounds, items of the 3 different types, and support equipment set up. And this little tray for the rest of our tokens. And of course, we've got our dice off to the side. And then lastly, for our character, I've gone ahead and drafted, and I'm going with the heavy gun operator. So we'll take our board and sit that inside. She comes with her character item, which is the BF gun. We'll just say it's a big freaking gun. When we burst, we're going to treat 1s as 2s considered on this die. If we roll that symbol, we also place a malfunction on this weapon, and it's going to come with 2 ammo slots. Of course, the ammo slots are, it's full, half empty, half full, depending on where we are in the game. Down here we have our health. So we'll take 1 of those and put in there. We also have our oxygen level. Starts at 7, get to 0, we're in trouble. And then 1 more turn after 0, we die from lack of oxygen. And it has our actions off to the side. So we've got our basic actions, playing a card and pass. For discarding 1 card from our hand, we can make a move. We can place a token down that basically prevents a intruder coming into our room from attacking us. Fire a shot in our room, fire a burst into a corridor, melee attack, use an item, activate the robot if we're in a room with it, or if we're in a room with a computer. We can also activate a robot, but it costs us another card to discard. Trade, we have no one to trade with because we're being super brave or stupid going into this ship by ourselves. Use our tactical gear tokens, which are over here. And then we can discard 2 cards as an action to use the room ability or make a move cautiously. Let's see, we've got our deck of 10 cards, so they're listed there, so we can give that a shuffle and draw 5 to start the game. Let's see, we have our help card. letting us know, hey, we are player one. Goes through what happens on a turn. Each player in order takes a turn, perform 2 actions. If in a section without oxygen, we lose some, so we've got sections A, B, and C. Then in a room with fire, we'll lose a health. And then after we pass, we'll go to the back of this intruder phase. The intruders, if they're burning, take a damage. Then if they're in a room with us, they attack. Event phase, resolve an event card. Then bag development, cleanup phase. Starting player will stay with us. We draw action cards up to 5. Then we advance the time. And since we're playing solo, we take these cards, give them a shuffle, and that's going to decide our goal. So we need to complete this goal and not die within 14 turns. And our goal is going to be to face off. The queen must be dead. So I'm glad I have the heavy gunner, but still that's going to be a tough quest. But we'll see what happens. And then the last thing we do is we get our support equipment. Give this a shuffle. Then we get to look at 7 cards and choose one. Of course, we have a backpack to put things that aren't heavy, and we have a left hand and a right hand to hold our heavy things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. And our options there: tactical hatchet, melee weapon, heavy. Let's see. That kills instead of rolling the shoot die, and place a malfunction on this weapon. Sonic gun, ranged weapon, requires no ammo and heavy. So it bursts 3 and 4. Treat 3 and 4 as 2. And on those symbols, place a malfunction in your room. We have a utility belt. Basically, we're going to stick that under here. So basically, if we take damage into the heavily injured area, we're going to lose this. But that lets us start with 2 more tokens, which is definitely nice. A drum mag rifle, no special rules. We just get 3 more ammo, which is super nice since we have to defeat a queen. Portable device, heavy. That just means we can't use it when there's an enemy in our room. If you're in a computer room or life support control room, use the room even if it's malfunctioning. That's kind of nice too. Heavy armor. Whenever you would gain a serious wound, you may lose 2 health instead. It's good, but I'm liking these better. And then tactical armor. Whenever you lose health as a result of an intruder attack, lose 1 fewer. That's very good too. But like I said, knowing we need to take out the queen, I'm really leaning towards the extra gun. Yep, that's what we'll go with. Then after we have this, we can choose what to go with here. And as you can tell, I don't want to suffocate. And like I said, the other options are grenades and healing 2. Probably would be good to have the healing option. But we're just going with that, and that will come out full. So get our magazines. And we are ready to get going. Okay, so we get to start with 2 actions. So we'll just start with an explorer to see. Maybe we'll try to go up here to try to get that open to give us an option to hibernate if possible. But I also feel like since I know we need to kill the queen, I do want to stay close to here in case we need to come back for items. But the last part of setup is taking 3. We'll start from the north and come down and put some tiles. So the 0 is the awesome side, but we start with this side. So on a roll of 1, we'll make some noise. If we're playing in super hard mode, the shadow down below will trigger, but we're not playing that. And then the next spot, whoops, we get a 4. And the spot below that, we get a 2. And I think I'm just going to head northeast for this area. Well, I guess we'll get our 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have continuous fire. If you have ammo in your BF gun, discard any number of actions to deal 1 hit to an adjacent corridor for each card discarded. Then you may burst with the BF gun. Demolition, destroy an accessible door, or place a malfunction in your room. Search. For each item icon in your room, draw an item of the corresponding type. Secure, place 2 tokens. And a fast reload. Choose a ranged weapon and perform in any order. Place your ammo on the weapon from a different area, or shoot or burst. We are going to make a move cautiously, discarding 2 cards. And we want to go here. So we're going to take an exploration card. All right, so different sections. We'll go from top to bottom. Place a room of the A, B, or C type, depending on the section the room is being placed in. So we're definitely in A, so we will take this, give it a quick shuffle, and see what that is. We found a life support control. Nice. So we can flip our life support. See, that's what you find first when you take 3 cans of oxygen. All right, so now we're going to place fire in our tokens, or in our space. It's not going to end well. And then we're going to place corridors matching these areas. So our first one is a 2, and basically I'm just going to start from north and go clockwise. Then this gets skipped. We put one here. Oops. And this one has a door. So the potential of a door right now, it's open. But we want doors in the room that we just placed. And that gets a noise token on that one. Then there's a reminder. Place a secure token if you're moving cautiously, which we were. We can have a max of 3 of those in a room. And then the entrance effect is make a noise roll. And we rolled a 2. So we have a 1, a 3, and a 2, so that gets noise. Then we'll discard that. Basically, I just put them face up. Since it's a table hog, put them face up on the bottom, so I'll find it if we go through the deck. All right, our second action. Fortunately, you don't have to weigh a way to put out a fire. And if we stay there, we'll take damage. But I think that'd be worth taking 1 damage to get life support on. Or we use the room itself to put the fire out. But then we're not going to have many cards left for later. So I think I will go ahead and do that. We will discard 2 cards to use the room to discard a fire from any room in the facility. We'll pick this room. All right, so we've done 2 actions. So we're in a section. We didn't turn the air on. We put out a fire instead, so our track goes down from 7 to 6. Then if we're in a room with fire, we take a damage. Well, no more fire there, so we're good. So next, we're going to go ahead and search. For each item icon in your room, draw an item of the corresponding type. You may keep one of them and discard the rest. So basically on this we have a green and red. So we'll bring over the red stack, give it a shuffle. Basically we draw these cards and we get to keep one. So anti-aircraft codes, one use only in a computer room without a malfunction. Look at both anti-aircraft tokens and place them in any order. That seems useful. And green was the other one. Stimulants. One use only, restore 2 health or draw 2 action cards. That's good too, but I kind of want to know what the aircraft codes are. So we're going to discard this one. Once again, I just take up less room on the table, put it on the bottom. And then with our second action, we are going to pass, so we're done doing anything for the turn. But that still is an action. We've done 2 actions. We're in a section without good oxygen or air, so we take a hit there. We're not in a room with fire. All right, and then we flip this since we passed, and we'll go through these things as I toss the card. Intruder's burning. We don't have any intruders yet. That's good. Intruder attacks. Done. Event phase. So we do a card from the event stack. Let me see. Exploration. What can we see on the table? We can see that. Events. All right. Leaving the shell. No intruder moves. Makes sense, there's none there. Each player infected with larvae. We are not. Then resolve the exclusion of procedure. Each other one, draw 4 action cards, resolve the infection procedure, then discard all of those cards. So basically we're going to draw 4 cards and discard this because we're not infected. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, look at that, we're good. Then we reshuffle the event deck. So that was probably the best we could hope for. Then bag development. Get our cheat sheet out. So now we're going by what we pull out of the bag. And we have an adult. So we add 2 queen tokens to the bag and discard the adult we just drew. So there's 2 queen tokens. Starting player change, changes back to us. We draw our action cards, so we draw 1 card. Need some more, so we will shuffle and get 4 more. One, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we've got a rest, continuous fire, breakthrough, burst with a ranged weapon, then move through the corridor where you burst. During the movement, prevent all intruder attacks. Search and a fast reload. And then time advancement. Hey, we're on round 2 already. All right, we are going to use the room. So we're going to discard 2. Rest is going to be one of them. And fast reload. So we're turning on life support. And then let's see, use an item is discard 1 card. Only in a room with a computer and without malfunction where we are. So look at both anti-aircraft tokens and place them in any order. And then discard it. And we're going to put inactive on top. Then That was 2 actions. All right, if we're in a section without oxygen, hey, we've got nice clean air, so we're good on there, and we're not in a room with fire, so we get to keep on going. We are going to discard 2, or do I want to search? Yeah, we're going to search while we can. So just play this card, get a red and a green. Got a grenade, 1 use only. You may use this item for free immediately after gaining it. Resolve a grenade effect in an adjacent corridor, or just gain a grenade token. Antiseptic, remove a contamination from your hand without scanning it. Well, we're going to be fighting a queen soon, so we'll take some antiseptic. Even though a grenade would be good too. But we really don't have a place to hold it. Then I guess I'll play risky and just do a regular move to go here. So off to exploration. Place a room with A, B, or C type. We are in A room area. So we found the drilling station. Place a new corridor leading from the room with the robot. But that is going to connect us to the robot. So how does this work? When any room is connected to the hybrid Nora, reveal the robot card. Robot can now be activated and discard this token. So I'll go ahead and do that. This goes away. And the robot we found is a military robot. So we get to move the robot once, or choose a corridor adjacent to the robot and roll a burst die. Deal hits equal to the result in that corridor. Then on that symbol, we place a malfunction on the robot. That's going to be sweet to hopefully help us with the queen. All right, then we start placing corridors. So we've got this one up here, which we can't place because it goes outside our facility. This one here already exists. Then we have one going southeast. That's going to be noisy. So our next one in here is the number 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. All right, and that got some noise. We did not go cautiously. Entrance effect. Place 2 adults in the corridor you have just passed through, then make a noise roll. We found some baddies, but not the queen we need dead. So 2 adults pop up in here. And one nice thing about enemies or intruders, they take away the noise. And that's about the only thing I have positive to say for them. Now we make a noise roll. And it's a 3, which is here, which means that goes away. Bring out the queen is alive, resolve in a corridor, so we're drawing out of the bag. And we found an adult. So what we're doing is placing the number of intruders shown on the token, adults and drones, in the corridor, so we're getting 2 adults in that area. Kind of hoping for the queen, but that's an objective, so that's not going to come out for a while. All right, we get 2 there. Then we're going to pass because we are out of tokens. We have oxygen. We're not on fire. We flip over. Intruders are not burning. They're not in their spot, so they don't attack yet. Event card resolution. Go over here. Ooh. So all intruders in each spot move. And when they move, only 1 from each comes into our area. And then when they get in our spot, they're going to attack. So we get 1 coming from here. and it's going to attack. So we'll go find our attack deck. And we have an adult with deadly claws. We lose 3 health. Goodness. 1, 2, 3. And then one pops in from this side. We lose 1 health. Just a scratch. All right, if a malfunction is in the cooling system room or reactor room, activate the auto destruction procedures. Then place a malfunction in each of these rooms. So it is not. So now we have a malfunction in there. And we reshuffle the event deck. Then bag development. We have an adult, which means 2 queen tokens go in. Draw our action cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time advancement. And back to us with some problems. All right. Forcing fire. We can spend ammo just to repel all the monsters in the room, which seems good. So we're going to do that. And we will use this ranged weapon, so we're going to spend some ammo to repel both of those back into this room. And of course that robot is actually in that room. Let's see. For our second action, we are going to discard a card to do a burst in a corridor. We'll discard this to burst. Shooting in here with the burst die. So whatever number we roll is how many monsters we or intruders we take out. And because of our BF gun, we treat 1s as 2s. So we take out 2 intruders with that. And for our second action, we're going to do the same thing. This time we'll use this one. Oh wait, we've already used that. So we'll use this one right there, going in the same corridor, and we take that out. We've done 2 actions. We've got nice oxygen. We're not on fire. We keep on going. Now, I actually want to get back. My goal is to get back to this room to fix that. I mean, the queen's just going to pop up when she pops up, unfortunately. At least we're in an area where we have oxygen, because that's how you make sure you find that room. Before I go any further, I do want to retcon something. Instead of using that, I want to use the rest of this one. Okay. Now we are going to discard that card to walk here. And when we go back to a room, or go to a room that exists, instead of exploring, we just roll the noise die. And that is a 2, which goes there. And then, unfortunately, to do repairs, we need to discard a card. We don't have that, so I'm just going to hold on to that. We're going to pass. Doesn't do anything here. So we move on. Intruder's not going to burn. Intruder's not going to attack. Event card. Okay, so all intruders in corridors shaped that direction move. So it's going to move there. And then all intruders in every room move. So now they go in here and take the noise away for us. All right, short circuit. Ooh, sections with that. Place a fire in each room with a malfunction. So now we have a fire in a malfunctioning room. And each player in a room without a secure token resolves that effect. We do have a resolve, or yes, secure token there. So put that on the bottom of the stack. Then do bag development. We found an adult, which means add 2 queen tokens to the bag. Eventually she'll come out. All right, 2 queen tokens. Draw action cards. One, two, three, 4. Continuous fire, secure the room, break through in a fast reload. Okay, so off to our actions. We are going to repair, discard an action card to discard a malfunction. Then 2 cards to use the area to discard a fire from any room. And do we want to shoot that thing? I think we do. So we'll discard a card to do a burst, to roll the purple die, to see if we roll a 1. Now we roll higher, and he's gone. Well, actually, we did our first 2 actions. None of these triggered anything bad. Then we did that action, and now we pass, and we're fine. Moving on. So no intruders. We'll skip that phase then. Event phase. So we're panicking. That phase we're done. Each guy in a room with an intruder adjacent to a corridor loses. We're fine. Resolve that in each unexplored. Resolve a noise in each unexplored corridor. All right, so first unexplored corridors is anything that's not connected to a room. So there, and there. So we only have one that has noise there to resolve. So we remove that. Basically, I'm on page 25. To resolve a noise marker, remove it, draw a random intruder token. All right. So I think this is how we find the queen. Hey, we did find the queen. So we activate the queen. If not possible, place her in the corridor. We found our target. So panic is what we needed. Event. Now we have bag development, which is the queen. We didn't want that. Activate the queen. If not possible, add 2 larvae. Well, now she's activating. So she's going to move in with us. We do have a token, so not attacking us. Draw action cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go to round 4. All right. See if we have the kill the queen card. Rest, nope. Chain of command. Useless reaction when a command, yeah. Forcing fire, spin 1 with your ranged weapon to repel. Yeah, we probably want to do that. Destroy an accessible door. We are going to forcing fire. To spend 1. To repel intruders from the room. We will push her that direction. So that was action 1. Action 2, we're going to fire a burst. So we will get rid of this token. To roll the purple die in there. And that's going to do 2 hits because of this special procedure. Which will take that up to 2. Then our second action. We are going to use our tactical belt. So that is use tactical gear tokens, discard a card. We're going to push this over here and use that to get some oxygen. And then we're good with air and fire. So then we're going to go with a search action in our room. Got a med pack. You may use this item for free immediately after gaining it. Yes. So we're not going to take that. We're going to use the med pack to gain 2 health. Then our last action, we are going to move back here. And after we go there, roll the noise die, and we get some noise in that room, and pass. Good on oxygen, not on fire. All right. Flip this over. Intruders burning and attacking. We're fine. Event card resolution. It only moves them in that shape, so not going to move. Then all intruders in a room move. Ooh, in sections with oxygen, place a fire in each life support control room. Sections without, so it's the 3rd time this place has been on fire. I think we've got an issue, but as a heavy gun operator, I don't know how to fix it. And then we make a noise roll. And we got a 2. So the generator's overheated. Now we do bag development, which is a blank. And And whenever we get a blank, we add 2 random adult tokens to the bag and add this token back. So 2 adults. We draw action cards. One, two, three, four, 5. All right, forcing fire, breakthrough, repairs, continuous fire, and secure. And turn 5. First action, we're going to use the landing zone. Get any number of tactical gear tokens from the connected slots. So like those. We're going to discard these 2 to activate the room, or use the room. So we're going to take 2 healing and 2 ammo. Then spend 1 to move. Roll the die. It's a 4. We only have a 1, 2, and a 3, so 4. It's pretty good. Of course, once again, like I said, we have oxygen. Oh, now we're currently on fire. Didn't think that through. Should have waited a second. Oh well, so we move in there, we take a damage. And now we're going to take an action to use the room to get rid of the fire. And pass. Oxygen's good. All right, intruder burning, intruder attacks, nothing. Event card. Of course, the Queen awakens. All intruders in that, or corridors in that area, are going to move. And then in every room they move, but she's happy where she's at. The Queen is alive. Add all Queen tokens to the bag. Now there's only 3 left. Then place a noise in each unexplored corridor without a noise token, which is a ton of them. Bag development. Oh yes, when she came in there, she's attacking us. Almost forgot about that. So over here, Queen, gain a contamination. If you're not infected with a larva, place a larva on your character board. We've been infecting. So get a contamination. Just take that one off the top. This is a problem. So that was the attack. From the movement, we already did the, oh, we just now did the bag development. Oh, that was the, yes, that was this. So she moved in there, she attacked us, we added all the Queen tokens, we put noise, okay, we're caught up. Now we do bag development. It's a Queen, which means she activates. This is not good. Lose a health. Just deadly claws. Then draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And round 6. All right, what do we have? Fast reload. We need to push her. We don't have anything to repel with. Well, I don't like being in that room, so we are going to discard a card to run. So we're going to run this way, which triggers her attacking us. If you are injured or heavily injured, you die, otherwise gain a serious wound and a contamination. So we get a contamination and a serious wound. You only have one hand slot. If you have items in both hand slots, you must immediately discard items from one of them. Ooh. We just lost our drum mag rifle. So that goes here, which means we can never go back into the healthy area. But now we are exploring here. So place a room of the ABC type, and of course it's going to be on fire. Must be something we're carrying. And that's our surgery room. That's on fire. Awesome. So discard all actions to remove a larva from your character board and scan all contamination cards in your deck and discard pile. Remove the infected ones from the game. Or discard one serious wound. But like I said, it is on fire. We did not move cautiously because we can't when we're in a room with an intruder. Entrance effect, close all doors around this room. So we get a door going east and southeast. So first the east section, which does have a door. And then this direction, hey, it's got a door too. Oh yeah, needed to make a decision. We lost this. That hurts. And now we make a noise roll to 4. We've got a 3, 3, and a 1, and a 4. So that goes away. And what did we get? Oh, we got the queen. So she's going to activate. Move down here, take out the noise token for us. We're going to search. So the search, we get 3 from this side. Discard a serious wound or restore. 1 use only, and it's heavy. So we've got to attach it, but we don't have the arm to do it, and I'm not giving up my weapon to hold it. They're all heavy. Well, that didn't work out for us. So we're just going to put them all on the bottom. Then we took 2 turns. Oxygen is good, but we caught on fire a little bit. Then we're going to perform surgery on ourselves in a room on fire. Discard 2 to use the room. Discard all actions to remove a larva from your character board and scan all contaminations in your deck and discard pile. Remove the infected ones from the game. So we've got 2. Bring this in. We're not infected in this one. We are insected and infected and some other things, but not infected. This one we are infected, ingested, but not infected. Okay. Then we pass. Catch on fire. Yep, not looking good. Had to be done though. All right, intruders burning, no. Intruder attacks, no. Event card resolution. Overwhelming enemies, that's not good. All right, so all enemies in rooms going that direction move. And all of them in rooms move, so not moving. Place a drone in each corridor with a noise adjacent to one. We are good. And yes, that door should have been closed. Then each room without a secure token, we resolve that symbol. The queen is very much alive. And activate the queen. So she's going to come in and say hello and attack us. Just bite us. If you are heavily injured, you die. And just like that, we dead. Otherwise, gain a serious wound and a contamination. Well, we went against the queen, and apparently fire popping up everywhere, and failed. So the first turn went like we had a chance. After that, it went downhill. We lost an arm, which means we dropped a gun. Reminds me of a Predator movie I once saw. But the queen is victorious, and we lie on a surgery room table that was caught on fire. Not a good way to win a face-off. So that was a look at Nemesis Retaliation. As always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.